Hi everyone, the focus of today is hip opening in a particular direction. The focus pose is going to be lizard, and that means we're either going to be moving the body in relation to the upper legs like this, or we're going to be moving the leg in relation to the upper body like this. We're going to start lying on our back, so palms face up, close your eyes. As always, please adapt as you need to adapt. Let the legs naturally turn out. Take a sigh if that feels good, but going forwards, begin to breathe just through the nose. Then draw the knees in. As you draw the knees in, take your hands to your kneecaps, point the feet, and let the big toes actually touch. Then start to move your legs in opposite directions. Nice and big, but keep the big toes touching. Visualize a ball and socket joint, and imagine you're moving the ball around the edge of the socket or vice versa. Go in the opposite directions. Nice and big. Get the big toes touching all the way through. And then take the soles of the feet to face the ceiling. Okay, if you can't quite get there, just get as close as you can. So it's happy baby, but without using the hands. Reach your arms through the legs, turn your palms up, then grab the back of the calves or the shins, not the feet or the ankles. Calves or the side of the shins. From there, begin to pull your legs towards the floor. Notice your bum wants to lift, keep it down. Flex those feet. So your hands are pulling the legs downwards. Your fingers are keeping the shins vertical. And your elbows, because of the position they're in, are able to actually push the legs slightly out at the same time. Quite a lot going on here. Hands pulling down, elbows pushing out. A little bit of movement left and right. Stop, draw a little bit deeper if you can. And then ease out gently, draw the knees in. Grab the outer feet around the back. A little bit of movement forwards and backwards. And make your way to a tabletop position. Now as you come to a tabletop, inhale, lift the chest, shoulders down, look forwards. Exhale, do the opposite, chin to the chest, belly in, around the back. Continue this. So inhale, you lift, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, you ripple back through. Continue that, cat-cow. Breathing just through the nose. Twice more. Find that rhythm. And then stop in the middle. Lift the right leg, bend it. And then without really moving the upper body much, draw that right knee towards the upper right arm. And then back up to the sky. Towards the right arm. And back up. Towards the right arm. Back up. And then step to the top of the mat. From there, walk the hands slightly forwards. Lift the chest slightly up. And make sure the knee is just behind the ankle. And then with the hands staying flat, start to lower the hips slightly. But then at the same time, lift the chest slightly up. So hips going lower, chest almost trying to lift higher. You might take the hands a little bit further forwards, but keep that right knee close. We're going to take 10 full breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, groin a little bit lower. Inhale. Exhale deeper. Continue that. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Can you get lower? Inhale. Exhale 6. Try not to round the back. Inhale. Exhale, 7, maybe hands further. 8, twice more. Head higher than shoulders. Last one. And then keeping the hands flat, start to bend the arms. Do not move those hands. Maybe elbows towards the floor. Keeping the hands and elbows shoulder width. You don't need the elbows down, but do let the arms just bend. Twice more as you breathe. Last one. Then walk the hands in. As you walk the hands in, curl the toes, straighten the left leg. And then as smooth as you can, lift that foot into plank and put the knees down, come back to a tabletop. Inhale, lift the chest, look forward, shoulders down. Exhale, ripple back through. Once more, inhale, lift. Exhale, ripple back through. And back to the middle. Again, without moving much else, lift that left leg, bend it. Draw that left knee towards that left arm. And back up. Nice. Towards the left arm. Back up. Last time. Towards the left arm. Back up. And then to the top of the mat. Have a little shuffle, so knee again behind the ankle. Hands slightly forwards, but lift the chest. Aim your groin in the direction of the floor. Keep that left knee close. Inhale. Maybe hands a little bit further forwards. Exhale, groin deeper. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Chest still lifted. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. A little bit more depth. Inhale. 8. Focus on the groin, not the head. Last one. Now hands stay flat. Arms bend a little bit. Maybe a lot. Maybe elbows down. Keep the hands and elbows shoulder width. Notice your right knee wants to roll in. Don't let it. Your left knee wants to collapse out. Don't let it do that either. Stay there. Let's take 3 more full breaths. You're still aiming the groin lower, although admittedly the head is lower than the groin probably now. Or certainly lower than the shoulders. And now walk the hands in. As you walk the hands in, a little bit different this time. Straighten the back leg, then step into a squat position, Malasana. So hands to the heart, lift that chest up, shoulders mount down. And just take a little bit of movement here, forwards and back. Can you get the elbows higher? Can you get the chest higher? But then the hands slightly lower. So it's a squat position. If the heels are lifted, that's okay. But make sure your knees are pointing to the feet. What we don't want is your knees to be collapsing in. Hold that. Lengthen the front body. Then hands to the floor. And then take a little bit of movement here. Forwards and back, clockwise and anti-clockwise. Seeing if you can find a little bit more depth in the body. Can you get your chest a bit closer to the floor? Then stop moving. Leave the right hand where it is. Take your left hand or forearm to the inner thigh and just slightly push out. And back to center, switch sides. Now both hands down. See if you can wiggle and draw the body a little bit closer to the floor. and grab your big toes. As you grab the big toes, inhale, lift the chest. As you exhale, slightly straighten the legs. Inhale, lift. Bum lowers, exhale, slightly straighten. Hands to the floor, walk the feet a little bit closer. Grab your elbows and just hang the body loose. Little bend in the legs. Grab your elbows the other way round. Then hands to the hips, come to stand up. As you come to stand up, palms face forward, shoulders melt down. Take a moment. And then inhale, reach your arms with your ears, lengthen into a little back bend. Exhale, take your hands to the floor, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, forget the floor. Hands down, step to plank or float to chaturanga. Moving through a nice controlled vinyasa. Shoulders away from the ears as you back bend. And then into downward dog. From downward dog, bend the legs. Keep the shoulders stable, look towards the hands. End of the exhale, float to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, fold down. This time, inhale, chair pose. Focus on the bum going low, but the chest lifting high. Exhale, same thing, hands touch the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, arms back. Then hands down, lean forward, step or jump or float back. Take a vinyasa. And eventually meet in downward dog. This one's different. Look at the hands. End of the exhale, jump to a squat position. Reach your arms forwards, lower your bum, lift the feet. Similar to what we did earlier on our back. Grab the back of the calves, lift the chest up. Try and draw the knees backwards. Use the fingers to keep the shins lifted. Use the elbows to push the legs out. Hold that, lengthen that front body. Draw the knees back a little bit deeper. Inhale. Exhale, deeper still. Inhale. Deeper still. Last time. And then actually palms together. Come to low boat, hover just off the floor. Now the arms can't help you this time. Knees back, feet flexed. Again, low boat, hover. Then back up. Last one. Low boat. Back up. Cross the ankles. Hands down. Step to plank. Chaturanga, knees down if you want. Lengthen to a back bend. Then knees down, bum back into downward dog. From downward dog, lift your right leg to the sky. Step the right leg to the top center. Open up to warrior two. Gaze to the front hand. Maybe foot needs to be a little bit further forwards. Hips level. Bend that front leg slowly. Hold there. Find a place that feels hard for you. Find a place where there is some intensity. Nice. Then inhale, arms up. As you exhale, bend and open. Inhale up. Exhale, open, lift up, open, fingers to the floor, both hands. Keep the knees pointing to the toes, but walk the fingers away. Okay, there's a little weight in the hands as you can. So if your right foot's at 12 o'clock, your hands are walking to about 11 o'clock. Do not let either knee collapse. Keep the knees pointing to those feet. Then put the left hand flat, or maybe even the elbow down. Take your right hand or forearm to the inner thigh, and just slightly push away. Keep that left leg strong. From here, windmill to warrior two. Then hands to the floor, step to plank. Tiptoes, chaturanga. Lengthen to the back bend. Then knees down. Bum back into downward dog, left leg up, left leg to the top of the mat, the warrior two. Take your time to adjust, pelvis level, bending that front leg, looking forwards. Hold that. Eyes on the fingers. Find some challenge. And then again, inhale, arms up, straighten that front leg. Exhale, bend the knee, open the arms. Take that a few times. Same rhythm of your breath as cat-cow. It's always that rhythm. Nothing's any faster than that in this kind of class. Pausing in warrior two, hold there. Then again, without moving the knees in, both hands inside the leg, let's call it 1 o'clock. Walk your fingers out in that direction. Keep the knees pointing to the feet. Although you are touching the floor, there is as little weight in the hands as possible. Keep walking those fingers away. And breathe for 5. Keep walking. Breathe for 4. 3. Keep the knees where they are for 2. And then right hand flat or elbow down, left hand or forearm to the inner thigh, push out. With any practice we do, always making sure you're focusing on the integrity of what you're doing, not going deeper for the sake of it. And then windmill to warrior two. From here though, turn your feet to parallel initially, then turn your feet slightly out. Okay, knees point to feet. Reach your arms up, straighten the legs. As you exhale, bend the legs, bend the arms. And take that a few times, up and down. If you want, you can stick your tongue out and cross your eyes for a lion's breath. That might send you off balance. So a few times. Twice more. When you're at the bottom, stay there. Cross your arms, Gangnam style. Okay, from there, fingertips to the floor. Keep the knees pointing to the feet, but walk those fingers slightly away. Maybe further, but try and keep the bum low. If you want, come to the tiptoes. Keep walking those fingers away. Hold 3. Breathe 2. Then walk your hands to the top of the mat. Step to plank. Knees up or down, chaturanga. Lengthen to the back bend. And eventually meet in downward dog. Nice. In downward dog, lift the right leg up to the sky. As you lift that right leg up, step that right leg to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift up to high lunge, reach your arms up. Then take your fingertips inside the leg. So similar to before, but different angle. Then walk those fingers away. Try and actually almost point your bum up to the ceiling here as you walk those fingers further. Pushing through the left foot, pushing through the left toes. Keep those fingers actively walking away. Hold that. Then put your left hand flat, right hand behind to grab the calf. Keep that right leg bent, but lift that left leg to standing splits. So left hand down, right hand to calf, left leg straight, gradually lifting it higher. You don't need to lift it super high. Try not to turn out. If anything, turn that left leg in. Now this is where I need you to try and balance. Tips of the fingers on the left hand, draw the left knee into the chest. Come to slowly stand up. Hold there. Find some balance. Now from there, the leg that's lifted, maybe you can just turn the sole of the foot forwards. Maybe you can grab the big toe and have the sole of the foot completely parallel to the front wall. Maybe you can start to actually pull that leg back slightly. Kind of like lizard pose, but in a vertical position. Whatever works for you. So it's either no hands, grabbing or pulling back. But the sole of the foot trying to be parallel to the front wall. Hold there, 3, 2. As mindfully as you can, step back to a lunge. Take a vinyasa, eventually downward dog. From downward dog, When you're there, left leg up, top of the mat. Inhale, high lunge. Again, fingertips to the floor. Keep the bum lifted, walk the fingers forward. So you're trying to lower your upper body in relation to the leg, but also trying to keep the bum lifted. It's very tempting in that kind of pose to lower the upper body and the bum. I want you to be lifting the bum as you lower the upper body. Breathe there for 5, 4, 3, 2. Walk the hands slightly back in, hand to the back of the calf. From there, lean forwards, push forwards, lift that back leg slowly. Okay, top leg definitely straight, bottom leg probably bent, trying not to turn out. This is where it gets a little bit harder. Focus on balance. Come to the fingertips. Lift the knee up to the chest. Stand tall. Take a moment. Maybe just trying to turn the sole of the foot forwards as you bring the knee back. Maybe grabbing the big toe, using the arm to help. Maybe actually pulling back. Think archer pulling their arrow, or someone answering a phone, however you like to see it. Stand as tall as you can. As you draw the legs back, the pelvis moves a little bit, but minimize how much it moves. Breathe there for 4. Breathe for 3. 2. Slowly step back. Take a vinyasa, eventually downward dog. Right leg up. Top of the mat. Back knee down. Hands inside the leg. Walk the right foot a little bit forwards here. From there, walk the hands forwards. And as you walk the hands, create the feeling of actually pulling forwards. So not just lowering down, but pulling forwards. Take the right foot a little bit further forward than you did before. So your knee is definitely way behind the ankle for this one. From there, right arm under the leg. But keep the knee close. Maybe stay there. Maybe working those elbows towards the floor. Okay, keeping that knee close. Notice your left knee kind of wants to do this. Wants to roll in, don't let it. Keep that knee down. You can go deeper. You can explore the different arm positions if you want. But try and keep the right knee close. Try and keep the left knee down. Pointing down. Find an intensity you can be in for 2 more full breaths. And then gently ease out. No need to take a vinyasa, just switch legs. So left leg forwards, other knee back. Okay, keep that right knee from rolling. Left foot further forwards than before, hands forwards. Again, initially, although we're going lower, we're also trying to draw forwards. You're using your arms, your fingers to pull you forwards. Maybe going deeper, maybe left arm under, maybe elbows towards the floor, maybe arms in a different position. But I only want you to go deep if it feels like you're going further into the pose, which means that there is more sensation, more feeling of stretch, more challenge. If you're getting visibly lower, but actually it feels easier, then you're not in the pose. Hold that. Five breaths here. So again, find an intensity you can maintain for those 5 breaths. Okay, ease out. Step back. This time do take a vinyasa. Okay, from downward dog, bend your legs. Jump to lie on your back. However you want to get there, come to lie down. Okay, as you come to lie down, take the feet as wide as the mat. Let the knees drop towards each other. They don't need to touch. Make sure the feet aren't super close to your bum, otherwise it gets a bit compressed. Then cactus your arms near your head. Drop your knees towards the right, turn your head to the left. We're going to do the same thing, or at least similar. Listen carefully. Move just your left leg. When it can't go any further, right leg follows. Knees drop to the left, head turns to the right. Right leg leads, left leg follows when it has to, head turns. Continue that, left and right. Find this nice flow. Pause in the middle. Stop there. Okay. And then actually walk the feet further away and have your feet just hip width. Okay. Hands to the side. Lift the bum up. Now, we're not lifting up like a glute bridge. I want you to lift up a little bit higher and then create the feeling of your bum reaching to the back of the knees and the feeling of the feet pushing down and pulling towards you. So really trying to lengthen the lower back here and engage your inner legs. Chest towards chin, bum towards knees. Release down. Hug the knees in, round the back. Maybe grab the outer feet. And then let's give ourselves a Shavasana. Please stay for this. Release the hands, release the arms, release the shoulders. Let the breath be entirely natural. And give yourself this time to be still. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring your awareness back to the space. Hug your knees in. Take everything to the right. And make your way to a seated position. Fold your palms, thumbs to forehead. Thank you for sharing your practice. Thank you, everyone.